What's up, lead gen beasts? Matt AI's here, Leads for Locals. In this video, we are going to do a full review, breakdown, and step-by-step tutorial on the WAVV Power Dialer. I think this is one of the most important, if not one of the most powerful tools we can have in our business, especially if you are closing deals over the phone. It can literally help you double the amount of leads that answer your call. It can literally double your contact rate. And what's one of the most frustrating things about generating leads, or really any type of marketing? It's getting them on the phone, right? Getting them to actually answer your call. It's really frustrating. I get it. But this tool solves that problem completely. And I say that with a lot of confidence because a few months ago, I did an interview with one of my clients that was generating leads with the same exact type of Facebook ad campaign as the rest of my clients. The difference is she had helped her financial advisor clients close over $5 million of new annuity business in the last 12 months at the time of that interview. Absolutely insane. And so when she told me that, when I found out, I was like, I have to talk to you about this. Like, what the heck are you doing different than every other client? This was it, guys. She was using a power dialer, the right power dialer. That's it. And obviously she's really good on the phone too. That definitely helps. But no matter how good you are on the phone, if you can't get people to answer the phone or get them on the phone, it doesn't really do you any good, right? Having the right power dialer in your business can make all the difference in the world. So I want to talk about what WAVV is, how it works, some of my favorite features and benefits that I think make the biggest difference. And then I'm going to show you step-by-step how to install this and get it up and running within the next hour. Maybe not even that. It's really, really easy to install and get started with, guys. It is not hard to use at all, and it can be one of the best investments that you make in your business. Because I've seen the difference that it makes for people when they actually start utilizing this. So with that said, guys, if you do want to get started with WAVV, I will have an affiliate link in the description if you want to support the channel. Assuming you find value in this video, I would really appreciate it. It does help support the channel. But you can use my promo code, and it will give you an extra 7 days on your free trial. So instead of a 7-day free trial, you can get a 14-day free trial. You're welcome. That's we'll take it, right? So let's get into it. Like I said, one of the biggest challenges, one of the biggest complaints, I guess, that I have heard over the years being in the marketing industry is not that we're not generating enough leads. Like, the volume is there. We've got that down. I've got really good systems for generating leads using things like Facebook ads, etc. I talk about that all the time. That's the easy part. The problem is getting people on the phone, right? It's the most frustrating part of the business because you get people that are actually requesting information from you, your brand, real time. Like, hey, yes, I want your checklist, your guide, your free quote, whatever it is. You get excited, and then you never get them on the phone. And there's a number of different reasons for that. And, Power Dialer is not going to allow you to get every single person on the phone. But if we can increase your contact rate by 20 to 40%, what is that going to do for your business? And I've always said this to clients, is if you could just have more conversations, you would do more business. It's simple numbers. It's simple math, right? And we have like automations, automated emails and text messages that go out, AI agents now, all of that is great. But at the end of the day, if we can't get people to answer the phone, what's the point, right? We do still want to follow up long term because you never know when somebody's going to be ready. But there's some distinct features about within the WAVV Power Dialer that significantly increases the chances of people answering the phone. Let's get into that. All right. So what is WAVV? It's a Power Dialer app embedded directly inside of GoHighLevel, guys. So it makes the installation very easy. We simply install the app, start your subscription. You're pretty much good to go at that point. I'm going to take you into my GoHighLevel account here in a minute and show you exactly how to do that. But that's one of the unique features of WAVV versus something like Kixi, which I'm I'm a fan of Kixi. Great power dialer. There's some pros and cons to both Kixi and WAVV, and I did a video on that. I'll link that down below. All right, but this is a unique feature to WAVV because it's actually embedded directly into GoHighLevel. We don't need outside software for this. Okay, really good. Allows you to call up to 3 lines at a time. You want to talk about efficiency? This is it. So instead of manually calling people on your phone, you're able to call and doing it one person at a time. You're able to call 3 people at a time with this power dialer. Up to 3 lines at a time. I don't think we need to do any more than that. Kind of overkill at that point. But yeah, 3 lines at a time. So you're able to you're being much more efficient here. Local presence, guys. This is the magic code right here. This is what I think makes the biggest difference with these power dialers is it matches the area code of the outbound number that's making the call to the lead to the area code of the lead. So for example, I'm in Jacksonville, 904 area code. When I see a call come in from another with a 904 area code, I am much more likely to answer that call. Or maybe it's not 904, maybe it's one that I'm familiar with here in my state, for example, right? I'm much more likely to answer the phone, obviously. And that's exactly what WAVV does. It matches the closest area code for the numbers that you have to the area code of the lead that you're dialing out to. So if you just buy a few numbers in the state that your leads are in, you're going to be just fine. And I think the phone numbers are like $1 a piece or something like that in WAVV. But guys, this is what makes the biggest difference, in my opinion, is when people, instead of seeing a toll-free number, they see a local area code that they recognize, they're much more likely to pick up the phone. There's also spam protection that WAVV provides. I believe this is pretty unique to WAVV specifically. They have a spam protection service where they work directly with carriers, these telecom providers, T-Mobile, AT&T, whatever. And it helps to protect the reputation of your phone numbers so that you're not showing up as spam likely on the person's phone when you're making the call. Because when you see spam likely come up, are you answering that call? I don't usually answer those calls, right? So spam protection helps prevent that. So in addition to having a matched local area code for that call, you're also getting spam. You can get spam protection as well. Make sure that you're maintaining a good reputation with the carriers. Call dispositions. This is really powerful. Regardless of which power dialer you guys decide to use, make sure they have these types of features. Call dispositions is definitely one of them, because when you end the call, let's say a person's interested, they're not interested, maybe they don't ever want you to contact them again, put them on a DNC list, right? You can select these different dispositions, and I'll show you an example here shortly. But you can select whatever disposition, and you can actually, one, it helps you stay organized, but two, you can trigger whatever workflow or automation you want inside of HighLevel, right? So as soon as you select that disposition for not interested, as an example, all right, we could have HighLevel automatically move them to that stage in your pipeline, not interested. Maybe there's a reminder after 3-6 months to call them again, to follow up, just see if they change their mind, whatever. You can create whatever workflow you want. But it's all based on your conversation with that prospect. You click the disposition and you could trigger whatever workflow you want. This is all about efficiency, guys. So really, really powerful stuff. And I just want to reiterate this because I think this is really, really powerful. Sometimes people get hung up on like adding a bunch of tools to their business, and I get it. We all have our own marketing budget and stuff, and a budget of the tools we're able to invest in. But guys, if you're going to be in business for the long run and you're really taking your business seriously, like, we need to understand why we're doing this, because it becomes a no-brainer. It's like a must-have in your business. It's going to double your contact rate, or close to. WAVV typically expects you to see a 20 to 40% increase in your contact rate. Maybe it'll be better than that. Everybody's business is a little bit different. But the point is to increase the contact rate, because you can generate all the leads in the world. That's great. But if you can't get them on the phone and close the deal, what's the point, right? So we want to use the best tools that we have at our disposal to make sure we're getting as many of those leads on the phone as possible, right? It's far more efficient than manually dialing leads. You're going to save so much time by implementing something like a power dialer as opposed to manually dialing out to leads. Not only is it not efficient, but you can't call as many people. You can't contact them as many times as you need to, because with some leads, guys, you need to contact them 7, 8, 9, 10 times before they actually pick up the phone. It is what it is. That's part of the business. But if you're not using the right tools to do that, well, you're potentially missing out on a significant amount of business, right? I already mentioned this, can trigger specific automations and workflows. Overall, it just makes your life so much easier, which is nice, right? So let's get into HighLevel. I want to show you guys how to install this, how to use it, and we'll go from there. All right, so in HighLevel, you're going to be on your agency dashboard to actually install the app. Now, if you are using a white labeled version of HighLevel, you're going to need to contact the agency owner to have them install this for you. Hopefully most of you have your own HighLevel account. Just makes it a little bit easier. But either way, we're going to go to the app marketplace. You're going to type in WAVV up here at the top, just in the search box. You'll see WAVV Dialer right here. I already have mine installed. Right, go ahead and install it. And you can actually add it to as many sub-accounts as you want. So if you're an agency owner and you want to provide this to your clients and they have white label versions of your software, you can add this to their sub accounts, as many sub accounts as you want, whatever. All right, so you click to install to more sub accounts, you select all the sub accounts you want, continue, good to go, done. Next, you're going to go through the link in the description if you want to support the channel and get the extra 7 days on the free trial. Make sure you use the promo code in there. You're going to start your subscription, your free trial, and then we're going to head over to your high-level sub account, and what you'll notice is that the WAVV Dialer tab has been added to the sidebar here. If we click this, there's a couple of things that you want to have in place before we start using it. So number one is the Trust Hub. All right, you're going to want to come in here and fill this out. It's similar to like doing A2P. They make it a little bit easier though. All right, make sure you put in all of the correct information here, because what's going to happen is when you click submit, they're going to automatically submit or register you for Stir Shaken, which if we go to that, it authenticates your identity with the telecom providers, helps prevent spoofed caller ID and robocalls and all that. It's a big trust factor with the telecom providers. You're much less likely to show up as spam likely. We absolutely want to do that. So you get that done. You can add team members as well. You'll need to purchase more seats, like the more team members you have, obviously. But you can add team members to this, and what's really cool is you can do team monitoring as well. So you can see when your team members are actually using the Power Dialer, first call, last call, time since last call. So it's pretty sweet. And I think one of their new features coming out, I don't know if it's available now. I don't think so, but it might be a new feature coming out very soon, is Call Whisper? I don't remember exactly what it's called. But basically you're able to listen in on your team member's call and talk to your team member without the prospect hearing you talking to your team member. So you could coach them through the call. It's really neat. Really, really cool feature. All right, right here is where you will purchase your phone numbers. You can connect a high-level phone number as well. I typically I'll buy a phone number in high-level for the text messaging, and you'll go through the A2P registration bullcrap for all of that. But generally not going to use a high-level phone number for the WAVV Power Dialer, and the reason is I typically get toll-free numbers for the text messages because they just get approved a lot faster for A2P, which is you only need that for texting. And so I like to actually purchase numbers directly through the WAVV Power Dialer. It's just much easier. So you can claim numbers. Like I said, I think they're $1, maybe $1.50 per month. And what you can do is come in and type in the area code that you want. So like I said, I'm in Jacksonville, so I could type in 904 and see all these numbers that are available, ones that are close. And what I'm recommending for my clients right now for this is to purchase like 2, 3, maybe 4 phone numbers within each state that you are contacting leads in. Obviously, if it's in your budget to buy more phone numbers, do it. But you want to have at least a few numbers in each state. That way, the system can use its local presence feature to match the closest area code to the area code of the lead that it's contacting. All right, so you'll just click on the phone number, claim selected numbers, and that's it. You're good to go. Now, if we go to you're buying your phone numbers there. All right. If we go to settings, settings is what we want to do next. I'm not going to go through every single tab here, guys. Like you got your reports, you can do a voicemail, like upload a voicemail if you want. We're not doing that right now. You can manage your subscription right here. But we're going to go to settings, and right here you want to make sure local presence is turned on because again, that's what changes the caller ID to match the contact's location. But you need at least 2 phone numbers to do that. I only have 1 because this is a test account. Scrolling down, we're going to do the ring timeout. So I like 20 to 30 seconds. I don't think it makes a huge deal. You could add wait music if you want to listen to music while you're waiting for a call to be connected. A ringing tone, answer chime if you want. All this it's personal to you, like whatever you want to set for these things. All right. Let's see, time zone protection. This is very important. You want to make sure you're not accidentally dialing out. Like this would be like if you're dialing leads in different time zones. You would want to make sure that this is set. We don't want to accidentally call people at midnight, right? We don't want to do that. All right, you can choose to record your calls if you want. Jump to contact. I'll show you an example of this in a minute when we actually walk through how to use the Power Dialer. But it's cool because when a contact answers the phone, because this is embedded directly into HighLevel, it will actually take you to the contact's profile inside of HighLevel, so you could take notes, book appointments, go through information maybe they submitted on a questionnaire, whatever. It automatically takes you to the contact profile. It's really, really powerful. Right? You could choose how many lines you want to dial at once or simultaneously. So I just choose 3. Callback message, not really worried about the rest of this right now. I'm going through the main things that you want to have done here. All right, got audio source, so if you got like a headset like this or whatnot, you can choose that. You got a mobile app if you want to use it on your phone. DNC list, so there's a disposition here for do not contact. So whenever you choose this disposition, it will automatically add that contact to your DNC list to make sure the power dialer does not dial out to them. Again, you can upload a CSV file for this, and you can also add numbers directly if you need to. All right, there's integrations and stuff. Call dispositions, we'll get into that a little bit later. I'll probably do a separate video. If you guys want me to do a video on creating automations for this, drop a comment down below. I'll send it to you when I have it done. I know it's asking if you want me to do it, let me know. I'm going to do it anyways. But if you want me to send that to you when it's done, drop a comment down below because I'm going to do a separate video on the different automations that we can create based on these dispositions. Just don't want to do it on this one because this video would be too long. This is about like getting the WAVV power dialer set up and showing you how to use it. All right, I think that's it for the the settings here. All right, those are the main things. All right, let's get into how we actually use the power dialer. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull up a contacts list here in a second, and I'm going to show you exactly. I'm going to show you how easy it is to get started with this. Give me 1 second. All right, here we go. So I got a smart list here that way because I have other contacts in here, and I don't want to mess with blurring all of them out. It just makes it a little bit easier for me. But anyways. There's 2 primary ways to start dialing out to your contacts. All right, you can go to your contacts list here. We can also dial out from our opportunities tab, guys, which I think is even more powerful, depending on what you're doing. Well, I'm going to take you through both, though. Literally, all you have to do is on your list of contacts, you're going to select all contacts, or you can select specific contacts. It's up to you. And then you're going to click this button right here, Call with WAVV. Now, a couple of different ways to do this. One, maybe you already have a bunch of contacts in your HighLevel account and you can get started right away. That's great. I absolutely recommend doing a database reactivation campaign for this. So I've done other trainings on database reactivation where we would send emails and text messages to restart conversations, get appointments booked, etc. That still works great, whatever. But adding a power dialer to your database reactivation, I think could be even more powerful. Because again, usually the idea is to get people on the phone. Well, why not get them on the phone right now if we can, right? And restart that conversation. So you can import a list, a past list of leads, contacts. Maybe you just lost contact with them, you never closed, whatever. You can import them into the system and then start them on the power dialer. So literally, like after you import your contacts, select all contacts right here, okay? And you're going to click this button, Call with WAVV. It's going to load contacts into the power dialer. We're going to get this little pop-up. Well, first we're going to choose our audio source. We'll go ahead and connect that. All right, connecting, and we can move this around as needed. All right, it's pending. It's not dialing yet. It just loaded everybody into the power dialer. I only have 1 contact here, so it's going to take me directly to the contact profile, like I showed you earlier, or I was mentioning earlier. It only does this. I believe it only does this when you actually connect with a contact, assuming you have more than 1 contact in the power dialer. But because I'm the only one in this list, it's taking me directly to my contact profile. But I think this is a really cool feature because now, again, I have all the information for this contact right in front of me as I am having a conversation with them. To me, that's really powerful. All right. And then, yeah, whenever you're ready to start dialing, we're just going to click dial here. All right. So let the call come through because I want to show you the dispositions here. Okay, let me answer it. Mic check, mic check.
Mic check, mic check.
All right, there we go. Okay, so I ended it. And now, once the call is ended, you're just going to choose a disposition. You can also put notes about the conversation that you had. And because the WAVV power dialer is embedded directly into HighLevel, this note will show up directly in the notes of the contact profile. I'll show you that in a second. But you just choose the different, whatever disposition you want. And like I said, later on, we could trigger automations around this. I'm going to choose not interested for now, and we'll do just a quick test note there. We'll click save. Okay, let's get rid of, I'm going to go ahead and close the power dialer because we don't need it now. That's pretty much it for using the power dialer. It's really easy to use. But over here on the right-hand side, if I go to my notes, see how like it shows the number that was dialed, which number made the call, the duration of the call, the disposition, and then whatever notes that you put in. Man, that's just awesome. Talk about making our lives so much easier, right? So that is how you would use the power dialer from the contacts tab. It's really not much more complicated than that, guys. We don't need this to be complicated, all right? Import your list and just start going through your contacts. That's it. Now, the other thing you could do is contact leads via the power dialer through the opportunities tab. I think this is really cool, especially if you have active ad campaigns that are generating new leads. Usually we're going to be putting those leads into a specific stage in our pipeline. So we can literally come into this pipeline right here, go to the stage. These are my opt-in leads right here that have not completed the next stage of my funnel. So maybe I want to contact them first, or vice versa. Maybe I want to go through a stage where they're a hotter lead. So I want to contact them first. And then after I go through that list, maybe I want to go through the list of people that haven't moved forward yet. See if I can drum up some business from them. All right. And literally all you do is click the call button, and it's the same exact process. As soon as you get somebody on the phone, it's going to take you to their contact profile, have a conversation, disposition, notes, come back to your pipeline, and boom, you continue. It's freaking incredible. I love this kind of stuff, as you can tell. But anyways, I think that's it for this video. I'm going to be doing a lot more training on the WAVV Power Dialer later on, just going through results and different automations and strategies that we're implementing and all that stuff. So make sure you guys subscribe, because I'm going to be coming out with good stuff with that. But I hope this was helpful and just open your eyes to the possibilities when using the right tools. Like, this could be an absolute game changer for your business, guys. Imagine increasing your contact rate by 20 to 40%. What is that going to do to your business? It's just mind-boggling, right? So, anyways, hope that was helpful, guys. If you have any questions, drop them down in the comment section below. Would love to hear your feedback as well. What do you think about the WAVV Power Dialer, and what power dialer are you using that you would recommend that maybe you think is better than WAVV? Let me know in the comments below. So, hope you guys are crushing it, and I will talk to you in the next one. To your success, Matty Ice is out.